Hello everyone, I'm John Luis Mora and I'll be talking about chapter 16 to 20 of PD or Presidential Decree 1096, otherwise known as the National Building Code of the Philippines. Before we start, let us be familiar with some terms that we'll be encountering. First is the code, which means the National Building Code of the Philippines, and another term is the Secretary, referring to the Secretary of Public Works and Transportation and Communications. I'll be asking to please bear with me because we will be talking about laws, so we needed to include every word it states, so this might take long. But don't worry, it is actually very clear and direct to the point, so I believe it will be very easy for us to understand. Anyway, I'll try my best to explain statements or terms that might confuse us. So let's start. Under Chapter 16, titled Plastics, is Section 1601. Approved plastics material shall be those which have flame spread rating of 225 or less, and a smoke density not greater than that obtained from the burning of untreated wood under similar conditions when tested in accordance with generally accepted engineering practices. The products of combustion shall be no more toxic than the burning of untreated wood under similar conditions. So flame spread rating, it is how they rate the spreading of flame on a material. Next, on the same chapter is section 1602, installation. All plastic materials shall be of adequate strength and durability to withstand the prescribed design loads. Sufficient and substantial technical data shall be submitted to establish stresses, maximum, unsupported spans, and such other information as may deem necessary for the various thicknesses and form used. Fastenings shall be adequate to withstand design loads and internal and external stresses required of the assembly. Proper allowances of plastic materials in conjunction with other materials with which is assembled or integrated shall be provided. Section 1603, or glazing of openings. Doors, sashes, and framed openings in exterior walls of all buildings except types 4 and 5 construction may be glazed or equipped with approved plastics, provided that, first, the wall in which such glazing is installed is so located that the opening are not required to be fire protected. Except for type 1 construction, the location, size, and spacing of such glazed opening do not exceed the value set forth by the Secretary. Plastic used in glazed opening for type 2 construction shall be materials appropriate for use according to flame spread characteristic, and the location, size, and spacing of openings do not exceed the value set forth by the Secretary. So, sashes, mo ni siya kung asa nakakabot itong glass window. So, it is referring to installation of doors, sashes, and framed openings in exterior walls. The next is section 1604, skylights. Approved plastics may be used in skylights installed on roofs of types 1, 2, or 3 constructions, and all buildings in this category shall be equipped with an approved automatic fire extinguishing system in groups A, B, C, E, F, J, H3, and H4 occupancies. Except that, approved plastics may be used in any type of construction or occupancy as fire venting system when approved by the building official. Plastic may be used in approved skylights in type 2, 1R fire system construction which are located 300 millimeters or above the lower place of the ceiling. The walls of the skylight well shall be no less fire resistive than the adjacent ceiling. Where fire resistive ceiling is not required in one-story buildings, approved plastics may be used in skylights. So skylights, it is a term we used on the part of the roof with materials using like transparent to reflect the light of the sun to create lighting. Next is the continuation installation requirements. First, except in Group A occupancies, no skylight shall be installed with 3 meters off a property line. The edges of dome-type skylights shall be properly flushed. Plastic skylight shall be separated from each other by at least 2.5 meters laterally and 3 meters along the slope of the roof. Allowable areas: the area of individual plastic skylight shall not exceed 10 square meters. The total aggregate area of plastic used in skylights, monitors, and sawtooth glazing shall not exceed 20% of the floor area of the room or occupancy sheltered. So the term sawtooth roof. The sawtooth roof is design in most commonly seen on older factory buildings. The profile of these buildings is similar in shape to the teeth of a saw, hence the name. It may also resemble a continuous row of silicon roofs. With a sawtooth roof, the vertical aspects of the roof are fitted with windows or glass panels. The building is generally angled so the glass panel face to the north, which filters the light and avoids the direct exposure. Allowable areas: the area of individual plastic skylights shall not exceed 10 square meters. Curb requirements: the plastic skylight in roof having a slope of less than 1 in 3 shall have 100 millimeters high curb. The curb may be omitted where a wire skin not smaller than number 12 US gauge with a mesh not larger than 25 millimeters is provided immediately below the skylight. The screen shall be substantially mounted below the skylight. The area of individual plastic skylight shall not exceed 10 square meters. The total aggregate area of the plastic used in skylight, monitors, and sawtooth glazing shall not exceed 20% of the floor area of the room or occupancy sheltered. Plastic skylights in roof having a slope of less than 1 in 3 shall have 100 millimeters high curb. The curb may be omitted where a wire screen not smaller than 12 US gauge with mesh not larger than 25 millimeters is provided immediately below the skylight. The screens shall substantially mounted below the skylight. Next is section 1605, the light transmitting panels in monitors and sawtooth roofs. Where a fire resistive rating is not required for the roof structure and in all buildings provided with an approved automatic fire extinguishing system, approved plastic may be used with or without such the light transmitting medium in monitors and sawtooth, except that plastics used in monitors or sawtooth roofs of type 2 construction shall be of materials appropriate to be used according to flame spread characteristics. The area of individual plastic glazing used in monitors and sawtooth glazings shall not exceed 15 square meters. The total aggregate area of plastics used in skylight, monitors, and sawtooth glazing shall not exceed 20% of the floor area of the room or occupancy sheltered. The area of such plastic panel shall be separated from each other by a section of incombustible material or by a section of the roofing material of the structure not less than 1.5 meters in length. The lower edge of the plastic material shall be at least 150 meters above the surface of the adjoining roof surface, so at least 150 meters. The next is section 1606, plastic light diffusers in ceilings. Ceiling light diffusers having an area greater than 10% of any 10 square meters of room area shall be of approved plastic conforming to the requirements specified in this code. Plastic light diffusers shall be installed in such a manner that they will not readily become detached when subject to room temperature of 80 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, except for the plastic light diffusers which are installed in the first floor area of Group C occupancies, having directly to the exterior of the building, and plastic light diffusers which are located between an approved automatic fire extinguishing system and the area to be protected other than public corridors for Group A, B, C, D, G, H, and I occupancies. If tests required by the Secretary have established that such installation will not interfere with the efficient operation of such automatic fire extinguishing systems. Next is section 1607, partitions, where partitions are not required to be of fire-resistive or incombustible construction. Approved plastics conforming to the requirements specified in this code may be used. So partitions can approve plastics conforming to the requirements specified. Next is section 1608, exterior veneer may be of approved plastic materials, shall conform to the provisions of this section. Plastic veneer shall not be attached to any exterior wall above the first story. So, dili siya attached sa every first story, provided that plastic veneer may be attached to exterior walls above the first story of the building located outside of highly resistive fire zones. Provided further that the height of the veneer is not in excess of 10 meters above the adjacent of elevation. Sections of plastic veneer shall not exceed 15 square meters in area, except that in less restrictive fire zones, the area may be increased by 50%. Sections of plastic veneer shall be separated by a minimum of 1.2 meters vertically and 600 millimeters horizontally. Section 1609, plastics materials appropriate for use according to flame spread characteristics may be utilized in awnings and canopies, provided that such awning and canopies are constructed in accordance with provision governing projections and appendage as specified in this code. Approved plastics may be used in awnings where untreated canvas is permitted. Approved plastics may be used in lieu of plain glass in greenhouses in less restrictive fire zones. Section 1701, sheet metal paint spray booths. Paint spray booths shall be constructed of steel of not less than number 18 US gauge in thickness and shall be designed in accordance with this code. The area of a paint spray booth shall not exceed 150 square meters, not 10% of the basic area permitted for the major of the building according to its occupancy group. The floor shall be constructed of incombustible materials. Paint spray booths shall be designed to permit the free passage of the exhaust air from all parts of the interior, and all interior surface shall be smooth and continuous without outstanding edges. Section 1702, fire protection. Every spray booth of having an open front elevation larger than square meter and which is not equipped with doors shall have fire curtains or metal deflector not less than 100 millimeters deep installed at the outer edge of the booth opening. Section 1703, light. Paint spray booths shall be illuminated through hammered wire or heat-treated glass panels. The glass panels shall be located in such manners as to reduce the hazard of ignition caused by paint spray deposit. By the way, we are already in chapter 7 under the name sheet metal paint spray booths. So under the same chapter is section 1702, ventilation. Mechanical ventilation shall be provided direct to the exterior of the building. The mechanical exhaust system shall be designed to move the air through any portion of the paint spray area at the rate of not less than 30 linear meters per minute. The blades of exhaust fans shall be constructed for non-ferrous material and shall be mounted in such a manner as to prevent contact with the exhaust duct. The motor shall not be mounted in the spray booth or the duct system, and belts shall be enclosed where they enter the booth or duct system. Exhaust ducts shall be constructed of steel having a thickness not less than the values set by the Secretary. The discharge point of duct in a paint spray booth shall be not less than 2 meters from the adjoining combustible construction or less than 8 meters from adjoining exterior wall openings, except that the discharge point of exhaust ducts is not regulated in water wash spray booth. Next is section 1801, the general requirements. This chapter shall apply to exterior glass and glazing in all occupancies except groups A, B, and J occupancies, not over 3 stories in height, and 2. Interior and exterior glass and glazing in all occupancies subject to human impact as specified in this code. Standards from materials shall conform to the provisions set by the Secretary on glass dimensional tolerances, breaking stress levels, and design safety factors. Each slide shall bear the manufacturer's label designating the type and thickness of glass. Each slide with special performance characteristics such as laminated heat, strengthened, fully tempered, or insulated, shall bear the manufacturer's identification showing the special characteristic and thickness by etching or other permanent identification that shall be visible after glass is glazed. Section 1802, Area Limitation. Exterior glass and glazing shall be capable of safely withstanding the load due to wind pressure for various height zones above ground acting inward or outward. The area of individual lights shall not be more than the maximum allowable area of glass according to the wind load multiplied by the appropriate adjustment factor. So it is under chapter 18, glass and glazing. Section 1803, glass firmly supported on all four edges shall be glazed with minimum lapse and edge clearance in accordance with section 1801, paragraph B, provided that glass edge clearance in fixed opening shall be not less than what is required for wind and earthquake drift. For glass not firmly supported in all four edges and design shall be submitted for approval of the building official. Glass support shall be considered firm when the flexion of support at design loss does not exceed 1 over 175 of the span. So glass is really, I don't know. Next is section 1804, regular plate sheet or patterned glass in jalousies and louvered windows shall not be thinner than 5.6 millimeters minimal and not longer than 1.2 meters. Exposed glass edges shall be smooth. Section 1805, impact. Frameless glass doors, glass indoors, fixed glass panels, and similar glazed opening which may be subjected to accidental human impact shall conform with the requirements set forth by the Secretary on impact loads of glass, except in the following cases. Bathtub and shower enclosures shall be constructed from approved shatter-resistant materials such as wire-reinforced glass shall not less than 5.6 millimeters thick, fully tempered glass not less than 4.8 millimeters thick, or laminated safety glass not less than 6.4 millimeters thick. And another is glass light located not less than 450 millimeters above the adjacent finished floor or walking surface, and glass lights when the least dimension is not greater than 450 millimeters. Glass light 1.5 square meters or less in area. Section 1901, the general rule. The use of computers for all or any part of the design of buildings under this code is permitted provided that all programs to be used are documented. So we are already up on chapter 19, the use of computers. Another section is 1902, program documentation. Documenting a program under this code consists of filling with the building official reference to a publication or publications accessible to him where the detailed description of the program or a brief statement of the theoretical background of the program, including a description of the algorithms used are found. Section 1903, submission of computer-generated computations. A copy of the output sheets for computer-generated computations shall be submitted as a part of the design computations. So a copy of the output sheets, it is part of the design computations. The outsheet shall be accompanied by a certification of a designer and or consultant that the output sheets are the results of obtained through the use of documented programs. The certification should include the identification of specific program used for each portion of the computer-generated computations being submitted. So we have some softwares that we use like STAAD. Next is section chapter 20, sections general requirements. No sign or signboard shall be erected in such manner as to confuse or obstruct the view of interpretation of any official traffic signs, signal, or device. No sign or signboard shall be constructed as to unduly obstruct the natural view of the landscape, distract or obstruct the view of the public as to constitute a traffic hazard or otherwise defile the base or offend aesthetic and cultural values and tradition. So it's very clear, no? Section 2002, maintenance. All signs, together with all their supports, braces, guides, and anchors, shall be kept in repair and in proper state of preservation. The display of all signs shall be kept neatly painted and secured at all times. Section 03, design and construction. Sign construction shall be designed and constructed to resist all forces in accordance with the National Structural Code for buildings. For signs on buildings, the dead and natural loads shall be transmitted through structural frame of the building to the ground in such a manner as to overstress any of the elements of the buildings. The weight of earth superimposed over footings may be used in determining the dead load resisting moment. Such earth shall be carefully placed and truly compacted. Section 2004, supports and anchorage. The supports and anchorage of all signs or sign structure shall be placed in or upon private property and shall be constructed in conformity with the requirements of this code. Materials for construction of signs or sign structure shall be of the quality and grade as specified in this code. Restrictions on combustible materials. All signs or sign structure directed in highly restrictive fire zones shall have structural members of incombustible materials. Ground signs may be constructed of any materials meeting the requirements of this code. Combination signs, roof signs, wall signs, projecting signs, and signs on marquees that shall be constructed of incombustible materials. No combustible material other than approved plastic shall be used in construction of electrical signs. Non-structural trim. Non-structural trim and portable display surfaces may be of wood, metal, approved plastics, or any combination thereof. Display surfaces in all types of signs may be made of metal, glass, or approved plastics. Section 2005, projection and clearances. Clearance from high voltage power lines. Clearances of signs from high voltage power lines shall be in accordance with the Philippine Electrical Code. So we need to know the Philippine Electrical Code for this. Clearances from fire escapes, exits, or standpipes. No signs or sign structure shall be erected in such a manner that any portion of its surface or supports will interfere in any way with the free use of any fire escape, exit, or standpipe. Obstruction of openings. No sign shall obstruct any opening such as extent that light ventilation is reduced to a point below that required by this code. Signs erected within 1.5 meters of an exterior wall in which there are openings within the area of the sign shall be constructed of incombustible material or approved plastics. Projection over alleys. No sign or sign structure shall be projected into any public alley before a height of 3 meters above establishment sidewalk grade, nor project more than 300 millimeters where the sign structure is located, 3 meters to 4.5 meters above established sidewalk grade. The sign or sign structure must not project more than 1 meter in the public alley where the sign or sign structure is located more than 4.5 meters above established sidewalk grade. Section 2006 Lighting. Signs shall be illuminated only by electrical means in accordance with the Philippine Electrical Code. More chapters to be reported by the next reporter, and that will be the end of my report. Thank you guys for listening, and God bless us all.